Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to finish off the 2022 12 Days of Stitchy Ornaments. So if you were following me last year, you know we did a 2021 set of Stitchy ornaments and it was so much fun. I had a lot of requests for new ones, so we are doing a new one this year. This is what the ornaments look like. They're going to be so much fun, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to finish them off. If you're interested in the pattern for these, I will link that below. You can also visit my store at store.confessionsofahomeschooler.com and get the pattern there, but let's go ahead and talk about how to finish these off. If you were following along last year, you'll know that we finished off our ornaments in little round wooden hoops. They were absolutely adorable, and you guys had some really creative finishes as well. This year I thought it'd be fun to do something different, so I finished them off in these cute little pillow ornaments, and each one has a little bit of a different backing, this cute ribbon around the outside, and of course a hanger. These are finishing off at about 3.5 inches square, how I did them, but of course you can finish them however you like. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to finish them off in these cute little pillows. So they're very easy. Let's go ahead and get started. Here's what you're going to need. So like I said, we're going to be making these cute little pillows, and supplies are going to be really easy. Now this outside border you see here that's lacy is totally optional, but I will show you how to put it on. So obviously you're going to need your finished cross stitches, and I've trimmed all mine down to 3.5 inches. You're also going to need 12 pieces of backing fabric, again 3.5 inches. Some wonder clips are also going to be helpful for this project, and then you're also going to need some sort of a point turner. I'm using my Modern American Vintage one, but you can also use a pencil, and that pencil is going to come in a little bit handy later as well. You're also going to need a rotary trimmer, some little scissors will be helpful, and then also a ruler. I have this 3.5 inch square one, which is perfect for this project. Another optional item, but I do like to have this, is some glue. This is fabric glue, and it has this nice skinny tip on it, which makes it really easy, and I'll show you how to use that. And then of course you're going to need some ribbon to hang yours with. I'm using Riley Blake Small Cloud Vintage Trim. And then like I mentioned, optional will be that outside lace. I'm just using about a 1/2 inch wide lace that I found at my local craft store. And you're going to need some kind of stuffing. I'm just using this polyfill. I think that's pretty much everything we're going to need. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is trim up all of my cross stitch pieces to 3.5 inches square, and I just center my cross stitch piece on there, and there's about 1 inch outside edge around all of the corners, and so that's just sort of what I'm going for here. They might not be completely perfect, but I'm trimming off so I have about 1 inch of that fabric around each edge of my cross stitch. For the hanger, you'll want to cut a 7-inch piece, and for that outside trim you'll want about a 15-inch piece. So we're going to start by taking one of our cross stitch pieces, and I just fold it in half to find the center, and I just mark it with my fingers, and then we're going to go ahead and start adding our outside trim. Now I like to start up there in the middle. That's also where I'm going to place my hanger, and so I just think it looks nicer to have that raw edge right there. Now you can take this to your machine and just sew it down, but I'm going to glue it, and before I do that I'm going to mark my corner and just take a little snip out of that fabric, and so that it just helps it get around the corner a little bit easier. You don't have to do that depending on what you're using. Next I'm going to use this glue paste, and I'm just going to put a nice thin line of glue paste on my fabric right there. That was a little bit much in that corner, so I'll try and wipe off a little bit of it. And then you're going to press it down, and then you're just going to take your iron and press that in place. Now just be careful that you're not pressing on top of your stitching. I'm just using the tip of my iron to set that glue. Once the glue is set, I will put a wonder clip on there just to hold it in place while it dries to make sure it doesn't come off at all. And then we're going to carefully turn around that corner and go down the following side. And we're just going to do this all the way around. So again, I'm just going to go with a nice thin strip of glue. I'm going to press down that lace and then just set it with the iron. And once that's set, again, I'll add some wonder clips and just do a little tiny clip in the corner so I can get around the corner, and then we'll just keep on going. Now this step is definitely optional. I like to do it because I feel like it really keeps my lace in place, so that when I'm sewing around the edges it's not going to go anywhere, but you could actually skip the glue step and just add the lace as you go around your piece. I just think this is a little bit easier, and so I did do this to all of my ornaments. Now when I get back around to the beginning, I overlap my lace by about a 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch or so, and then I'm just going to clip that again in place to hold it. And then now we're going to add our ribbon. So you want to do your lace first and then your hanging ribbon. And for our ribbon, we're just going to fold it in half, and then we're going to just clip it right there in the center where that lace overlaps as well. So you're going to have a little bit of layer there. Next, we're going to take it to our sewing machine and just sew around all 4 sides to secure our lace and our hanging ribbon. And one thing that I found helpful here is to use my stiletto. This is from Modern American Vintage, and it just helps push everything through. When I get to those corners, I just leave my needle in my down position, raise my presser foot, turn my work, and keep going. So we're going to sew all the way around the entire ornament. And here we go, we're all done. And now we can take our background square, and I just used a variety of squares from my stash. We're gonna place that right side down, but first I just wanna bend up that hanger a little bit just to keep it out of the way so I don't accidentally sew over it. And we're going to place that right side down on top of our ornament. And then I'm going to clip it together on all of the edges using my Wonder Clips. Now we're going to sew all the way around the outside edge, but I am going to leave a small opening on one of the sides to turn our ornament right side out. I am going to backstitch at my stop and start. That's just going to keep it from popping back open when we turn it right side out because these are tiny ornaments, and so it is a tiny little space. Now we're going to take our scissors and just clip off those corners. Be careful not to clip into your stitch line. We're just clipping off a tiny bit to help it turn right side out a little bit easier and make those corners pop out a little easier. Next, I do finger press that fabric in by about 1/4 of an inch. And now we're going to turn our ornament right side out, and you can do that with your fingers, or you can also use your point turner tool to pop out those corners and edges. And you can even give this a little bit of a press once you're done popping out all of your corners. Next, I will again finger press in that fabric right there on the opening edge, and I just stick a Wonder Clip in there to help hold it. I'm gonna press the entire ornament from the back side just to get everything nice and tidy before we stuff it. All right, and then that's what our ornament is looking like so far, and now all we need to do is stuff it. So you're gonna grab just a little bit of stuffing at a time, and here's where that pencil can come in handy. Of course, you can use your fingers, but having a pencil to kind of just grab that stuffing and push it in is actually quite helpful. So you can use a pencil or a chopstick or pretty much anything you have, a pin, anything like that that has a little pointy edge on it, and it just helps kind of put that stuffing in. And you're gonna wanna stuff it pretty good. I usually put more stuffing than I think I'm going to need, just so that once you sew it up and then even it all out, it looks nice and full. Once our stuffing's all the way in, I'm going to just take this over to my sewing machine and sew up that opening. You can sew it up by hand, but since I'm a sewing machine type of girl, I just go ahead and use my sewing machine. Again, the stiletto is helpful here, and I'm just sewing right along that edge as close as I can to close up that opening. So here they are, all of my finished ornaments. I think they turned out so cute. I will make sure to link all of the supplies you need for this finishing down below the video, so just click show more there. And then all of the items I used to make the ornaments are also listed on the pattern themselves. Again, you can get that at store.confessionsofahomeschooler.com. So that's going to be it for today's finishing video. If you use this pattern and you finish yours the same or even a different way, make sure to tag me so I can see how you finished yours. We will also be doing a sew along coming soon, so stay tuned for information on that. I will be releasing all that information on Facebook and Instagram. We did a sew along last year, and it was a lot of fun to see everyone's projects. So that will be coming soon, so stay tuned for that. For now, go ahead and grab your pattern and all your supplies, and then I will see you in the sew along. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoy this video. If you did, please make sure to thumbs up and subscribe. That way I know to keep making them for you. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I will see you next time.